I thought Valley came in. I thought they were well prepared. I thought they fought hard to the last shot. I thought Dante Scott was a problem for us. Jordan Evans had 12 or 13 in the first half. He was shooting it good. We made the adjustments on him in the first half. But then Dante Scott got 21 on us in the second half, and he picked up the slack. I thought our guys fought hard. We went into the game and we said we wanted to keep them, about 55 or below. And we gave them 57, so we were right there at that spot. But I just thought our guys fought hard, just like a normal game. Played with the crowd. I thought the crowd was exciting, and I thought our guys played off the energy that the crowd brought.
Coach, this game pretty much played out similarly to a lot of y'all's wins, but the only difference was, I guess in my opinion, this was a game that y'all could ill afford to lose, especially to this team and given that logjam that y'all have in the SWAC, tied for third with like 3 other teams. But in your opinion, what is the importance of this win? What does it mean for y'all moving forward?
Anytime you come into the league, you've been on the road for 4 games. You finally get a chance to come home. With 5 out of 7 been on the road, and you finally get a chance to come home. Home court is important, and you got to take care of home court. We told our guys we were going to get a great crowd. You want to feed off of that crowd, but the main thing you want to do, anytime you get a great crowd, you want to continue to win in order to try to get them to come back to the game for the next game. So we, crowd coming to the game, crowd participation, us staying in the race, going to 5 and 3, and trying to get to that second place spot. We tied for third right now with maybe Texas Southern. Got a real key game coming up with Pine Bluff, where we were tied with third before tonight's game, which they ended up losing to Grambling, so they're 1 game behind us. So just taking care of home. We did that on the first game, so now we got a game on Monday. We got 1 day to prepare for them, and we'll go tomorrow and see if we can get ready for them.
So as you mentioned, Scott pretty much he had a good second half, 21 points. He had a total of 28, but some kind of way the team fought back, kept going back. It was back and forth game.
Right.
They scored, Jackson State scored. So talk about those critical moments and how your players did in those moments.
The good part about our team, you can see our team growing. Guys coming to the side, and we've been stressing and putting a lot of emphasis on the last 4 minutes of the game. And Khalil Spencer was a guy who was pulling extremely hard, reminding guys that this is what we've been working on the last week and a half. Jess Love was another guy that was in the huddle, just telling guys, it's the last 4 minutes. This is what we got to make our move. This is where we win the game. You got to make winning plays. And as a coach, that gives you a lot of confidence when you have players coming to the side, and whether they're playing 5 minutes or whether they're playing 15 minutes, if they're pulling hard for each other and they're confident, it gives the coaching staff a lot of confidence.
What did you tell your players coming into the second half would be the biggest thing they wanted to come out on top?
We told them to continue to keep the pressure on them. We got to halftime, and I think they were at 27 points. So I knew we were fine defensively. We made the adjustments because Jordan Evans was 3 for 4 from the 3-point line, and I thought we did a good job on 25 because we had the face guard on him. So we wanted to continue to move the ball. We didn't want to get on a rat race with them. We didn't want to run up and down the floor and get the fast breaking all over the place. So we knew that we wanted to get in a 5-on-5 half-court smash-mouth game, and that's what we tried to remind our guys. We got to take them out of transition. If we get something in transition, we want to push the ball, but if we don't have anything, then we want to bring it back out and run our offense. I thought they did a great job of changing their defenses because it kept us from getting into something early. They would go 2-3, they would show a 1 guard front, then they would go with man. It took us a little bit longer than what we normally used to, just trying to figure out what they were in.
I know coaches usually hate to make a team sport about one player, but it could really be argued that without that 2-minute stretch by Jontrell in the second half, we're not sitting here talking about a win.
Right.
I'm wondering if you said anything to him, towards the end of the game, or what went into that stretch, because he ended up scoring 7 points, 4 free throws, that big 3 on the right corner.
Exactly.
Was there anything that y'all said to him, or?
I think I looked up there with maybe about 14 minutes, and I told him to get ready because he was going in. And then after the game, I told him that he had played well. He went to the free throw line, he shot the 3 and went to the free throw line. Even though he missed 2 of the free throws, that one free throw put us up. It gave us a little breathing room. Right before that, he had gotten fouled, and he had 2 free throws to maybe tie the game or give us a little cushion. And then the 3 was huge because we may have been up 1 point, then he hit the 3, we went up 4, and I thought that probably was the dagger because it gave us a 4-point cushion. Anytime you give this team a 4-point cushion with under 2 minutes, this team can guard on that other end. So we felt like they had to at least score 2 times against our defense. So, I thought he came up big in that 2-minute stretch.
How do games like this, several this past year, how does it bring a team together?
You know what? Anytime you win, that winning kind of bring guys together because you work guys hard during the week and they watch film, they go to the weight room and they constantly in here working on their game. And when you can win and especially close games, you win, have fun, got a great crowd, kids begin to believe in you. Losing, it's a little bit difficult because it's hard to get your spirit up for the next day. It's hard to get guys to come in and watch film, but that winning does something for you. A guy that's hurt, he may not even be hurt on Sunday because he won. But like I said, if you lose, if he hurt on Sunday, if he get hurt in the game, he normally going to be hurt on Sunday for practice.
Do you worry with the short turnover that after a game like this that it'll be hard to, keep that intensity? Because, after a tough game Saturday, you roll around day after tomorrow.
Right. You
play Pine Bluff in another big game that you can't afford to lose. So what I'm asking, how do you avoid lag with a turnover like that?
I guess the thing that scares me as a coach is because we don't score very well, and because we have to play so hard on the defensive end, and we have to move the ball so well. So moving the basketball takes a lot out of us just because we got to try to search for good shots. Dogging the other team out on the defensive end takes a lot out of us. So the thing that scares me is when we play on Saturday, it's almost impossible to get these guys to practice on Sunday. So me as a coach, our coaching staff, we got to be smart about it, and we got to say, hey, I tell our guys all the time, if you dive on the floor and you take the charge, you get the loose ball, you do it on Saturday, you don't have to worry about us putting you through that on Sunday. And it helps us to give them something as a reward. And the thing we like to do, we may come Sunday, we may walk through Pine Bluff stuff, we may shoot free throws, but the main thing is we go to film and we do about an hour worth of film, and that's our practice, getting there looking at the film on a Sunday, just because it's just putting too much pressure on their body to try to get on that floor on Sunday.
Obviously, when you look at the game, like, I'm gonna ask this question: What was going through your mind at that moment in time when you hit that 3-pointer? Like, I'm sure you probably didn't know that would be the game changer, but like, what was going through your mind when you had that open shot?
Honestly, just being in the flow of the game. Just knowing the situation. I was just always saying, just be ready. I just hear my players. Everybody from the coaching staff to the players just telling me to be ready, have your feet ready, hands ready, just ready to shoot. And I knew it was kind of coming. I was just watching the flow, and as it was coming, I just made sure I was ready as they kept, mocking to me. So after that, I caught it, just all form, follow through, just repetition.
And as the game kind of went on after that 3-pointer that you made, did you ever think that was the shot? Like, like I made the shot to help my team win, and then like the free throws that you made down the stretch. Talk a little bit about those.
After the 3, I knew the game wasn't over, so it was next play, get a stop. But as we go on, as the free throws, I knew was going to seal the game, so I knew those were going to be huge. And whether it was whoever it was, me or whoever, just make sure we made them. But I knew that would be the game sealing thing because we have to make sure we finish with free throws. But as the 3, I knew the game wasn't over just yet. There was so much time still left.
I'm wondering what your mindset is after basically doing what you did in that second half. In a lot of ways, you willed your team to a win. You scored like 5 or 6 of y'all's last points. How does that feel to be able to, help lead your team to a win in a big sweat game like that?
It feels good. Throughout the game, I talked to myself a lot. Early on, I didn't really do too much. I didn't want to force too much. Just try to take what was given. But as the second half went on, I kept just telling myself, get aggressive. Just try to get going and see what you can get and take a couple shots. And as that went on, as I got more aggressive, things started to open up more and more plays started to happen.
So was that 3-pointer on the right corner, was that something that was drawn up, or did that just kind of happen?
It just kind of happened, just the flow of the game. yeah, eventually just being aggressive, keeping his head up. I just rotated, slid corners, kind of like a drill things we do every day, just working on the same plays. So.
How did it feel when you let it go? Like, were you confident that shot was going in?
Oh yeah, I was definitely confident. Once it left my hand, I knew it was good. Yeah, so.
After a win like this, what does it do for your confidence and the teammates' confidence going into a Monday night game against you?
It's huge. We're definitely very confident. As this team, we're very cohesive. We bond together very good. I love playing with these guys. And after this win, it's going to bring us more together, more fired up. And we see our big goal, the big picture. We see where we're at in our conference. We understand how big of a game it's going to be Monday just for the conference standing. So we're going to be ready. We're going to come out and we're going to continue to push forward.
I'm kind of going to ask you the same question I asked your coach. Do you think it'll be hard for y'all to match the intensity that y'all had tonight, diving for loose balls, getting steals, getting all those rebounds? You think it'll be hard to match that, basically a night removed from this big win?
From a player standpoint, I don't think it'll be too much just because once the crowd gets here, once the game starts and the intensity gets going in the game and we get to playing, things get picked up very quickly and you get going and when you're out there, you get to talking a little bit, people, their intensity, their emotions get going, and so I don't think it'll be too difficult to get up for the game and keep the energy the same just because of the environment, just the environment in the building, and just everyone being here alone.
Who's gonna win Super Bowl?
Patriots.